Welcome to the live reaction, everybody. Dustin Starr here. SuperBout V, week 3 of 3, the big finale, the return, boom, of the gun show as the special enforcer in the main event. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot to talk about. So welcome to the live reaction. Once again, Dustin Starr here, coming to you live from right down the street from Memphis, Tennessee. Right down the street from the Memphis Wrestling WrestleCenter, and getting ready for the backlash, the rebound of SuperBout V coming up next week. And I know Tim Bosby is going to be mad as hell. What is going to go down after the gun show, the special enforcer, DK gets involved. Tim Bosby pulls the referee out of the ring, forcing the gun show to make the count. The main event was absolutely spectacular, but we could talk about anything you guys want to talk about here in the live reaction. And while you guys are checking in here, I see some Mondo gut check time. Oh yeah, Mike Mondo is legit as it gets. That dude is tough as nails. Say what you want about him. He is the NWA National Champion, and Wonder Boy put together one heck of a match. Anyways, coming up on Sunday, March the 1st, Frankie Kazarian is coming to Memphis Wrestling. You guys will want to get your tickets in advance. Get them right now to make sure that you have a seat. The WrestleCenter was cram-packed with Nick Nemeth. Also, there was a surprise. Those of you on members only probably know, and those of you that have been there live probably already know. I definitely already know. Eddie Kaneman right here. There's a note that popped up. 27 months as members only. Memphis Wrestling is the best, is what he says. That is awesome. Thank you, Eddie Kaneman. You were live for this, and you were live for the taping with Nick Nemeth. There's a whole story that we discussed on members only about the power going out. It was nuts, but we got it all done. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Join us on March 1st if you are in the area. And then also for any aspiring wrestlers or current wrestlers, February the 28th, WWE talent scout Gabe Sapolsky is going to be at the WrestleCenter conducting a pro wrestling seminar. Also, I'm going to be there, so it's a tryout of sorts. So if anybody's looking to get and be a part of Memphis Wrestling or also learn what it takes to get to the next level of WWE, NXT, or WWE ID, Gabe Sapolsky is there for that. And shout out to the Memphis Wrestling Stars that were on Monday Night Raw at FedEx Forum, a viral moment for Eli Knox, the gold standard. Now I'm looking for a big box, a big crate that we could put at the WrestleCenter. Man, this thing has been seen by millions and millions and millions of people, and Eli Knox is right there in the clip, so shout out to Eli Knox for that. Also, Gio Savage made some screen time as well. Both those guys had their names mentioned by Adam Pearce on Monday Night Raw, which I thought was very, very cool, and we had a whole handful of others that were in the backstage area getting paid to be there, which I thought was a tremendous opportunity. We could talk about that in members only. Let me get caught up. Now you guys have had a chance to get in here. Let me know what you thought of the show. What was your favorite part? What didn't you like? Whatever the case may be, put that in the comments. Eddie Kaneman, of course, he's here. Big Dan. What's up, Big Dan? Eddie Kaneman says, Mondo is a beast. Man, this dude, I would say, reminds me like Superstar Bill Dundee, where he's about as thick as he is tall. But man, I don't know if Bill Dundee's ever been in the shape that Mike Mondo's in. This dude was some kind of jacked, and Wonder Boy standing next to him looked like he belonged. So shout out to Wonder Boy. He looked awesome as well. Jeffrey Allred's in the house. What's going on? David Wicks, how are you? Kevin Fowler, what's up? He's in the house. I need more Memphis wrestling gear. Eddie Kaneman, you tell me. I will hook you up, bro. Spotted Eli Knox with Adam Pearce on Raw. That's what Thomas says. What's up, Dustin? This is Zach. What's up, Zach? How are you? Kevin says, I do have a question not related to recent stuff. When you going to have the one guy back on commentary? He was the guy on the 4th of July episode. I think his name was Chris. He was great on commentary. John Roser. That was John Roser. Johnny Wrestling, I guess is what we can call him. But yeah, John Roser will be back. You can catch him on the Chris Vernon show on Grind City Media on YouTube. So yeah, I like Roser. I talked to Roser pretty frequently at the Memphis Grizzlies game, and I told him I got to have him back on. Man, I would love to have Vernon on. I've been trying really hard to get Devin Walker on, my podcast partner, and also I do a weekly segment on Johnny Radio, which is Happy Hour with Johnny Radio on Sports 56 WHBQ. And Johnny Radio doesn't know a lot about wrestling, but I mean, to do commentary alongside me, you really probably don't need to know a lot about wrestling. Just don't say anything really stupid. You know what I mean? Because I could tell those stories. Anyways, I'd love to get all these guys on, so stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Jonesy Jones, definitely recommend watching the uncut match in members only. Yes, big, thanks for pointing that out. Guys, members only. That final segment or whatever is like 15 minutes. There's a huge celebration. You'll see it coming up on Memphis Wrestling, but man, just to watch it all the way through and watch the culmination of our very first trainee at the WrestleCenter who turned into a referee, then turned into a professional wrestler, became a tag team champion, defied all the odds and won the Memphis Heritage Championship from Psycho Simon, only to have it snatched away seconds later from Tim Bosby with King Cobra Cup, and to overcome on the grandest stage of Memphis wrestling and win the Memphis Heritage Championship is absolutely tremendous. Now, keeping it is going to be even harder because now he's got the target on his back, and you know the boss is mad. He wasn't even pinned. You know Mike Anthony is upset. These guys, we'll see what happens. Good point, Jonesy. Check out that members only. What a great triple threat match. Ray Sanders is now new Memphis Heritage Champion. What a match. What about the Spider-Man off the wall? What about Mike Anthony? Does anybody remember back in the day when Mike Anthony did the dive off of the camera rack up there? Crazy. Hey, Dustin, we can now officially congratulate Ray Sanders on his title win. Main event, Ben, you're right. Congratulations, Ray Sanders. Roman McPeak's here. What's up? Can't wait to ask Eli about that. Me too. I've talked to him a little bit, but I mean, I guess one could assume that would go viral because there's a surprise. There's a cliffhanger. I mean, gosh, Eli was right there. So just tremendous for Eli. We got to capitalize on that for him. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin, membership renewed. And back to the chat. What's up, man? Thank you, Lurvy. My pick to win the belt was Mike Anthony. Let's talk about that match. Unbelievable moves on all three wrestlers. It was tremendous. Mike Anthony delivered. There were signs all over the WrestleCenter that simply said Mike. But then there were some signs that were anti-Tim Bosby, and of course, Ray Sanders always has fans in the audience too. So I think it was, two good guys against a bad guy. That's what it was. And then the good guys have to fight each other in order to try to defeat the bad guy. And somehow, some way, Ray Sanders was able to do it. Andy Roberts is in the house. Thomas says, I'm glad that Ray Sanders has regained the title. He's a two-time champion. Bo's here. He's a hater. Ray better be cutting that championship belt in the thirds and gifting a piece to his co-champions, DK and the Gun Show. Well, look, no arguments here, brother. I feel you, man. If you're watching this, you're thinking, how the hell did Ray Sanders get in this match anyway? And he was. And now he's won. He's the champion. It's absolutely insane. Andrea's here. Hi, Dustin. Love you. You're awesome. Thank you, Andrea. Love you back. I appreciate you joining us here on the chat every week. Did you like SuperBout V? Main event, Ben. After that tainted win by Zay, A-Rob will not take it lying down. Let me tell you, that sucked. I'm just going to tell you that sucked. Those guys jumping Aaron Roberts at the beginning of the show, not even knowing if that match is going to take place. And then when it did, Aaron getting his hands on Zay Washington was awesome. But you know what I'd love to see even more than that? Is Aaron Roberts to get his hands on Justin Case. Thomas says, that crate on Raw has a date that's set for Elimination Chamber next week. I think it could be either a debut or a return. Well, we talked about it on Grind City Wrestling that it could be Chris Jericho. But then also, I've heard all over the internet, for some reason, Danhausen is being rumored? How great would that be? Robert Dink, what's up? Dustin, do you think it was a smart move to turn Surf Strickland into a heel? Yeah, man, he's so popular. Why would you do that? You're just doing it to do it. Roberts, Dink also says Bo sounds unhappy. Andrew Price says, I'm so happy that Derek King stopped Tim Bosby from cheating and got revenge for Bosby breaking his ankle. I'm also happy that Ray Sanders is the new Memphis Heritage Champion. Are you? Yes, I am. And I hate to see it for Boz. I'm a big fan of Tim Bosby. Has a huge upside, but man, he was in over his head on this one. Mike Anthony and Ray Sanders at the same time, arguably two of the very best in all of Memphis wrestling. And I'm not saying the Bonds isn't. I'm just saying you got two of the best against one of the best. It's going to be tough to come out on top. A-Robs needs to be lying down after taking two painful falls like he did. Literally crashing. Poor guy. Get out of here, man. Say Washington's going to have hell to pay. Justin Case is going to have hell to pay. Aaron Roberts shouldn't have competed. I don't disagree. Every right to be, all right? And I'm also glad that the gun show was the enforcer. Boom, man, what a moment. If you guys put it all together, the gun show has headlined every single Super Bout. And just when you thought a Super Bout was going to pass without Bret Michaels, OMG. Boom, the gun show. Special enforcer. It was great to have him there. He's not cleared to compete just yet, as far as I know, but stay tuned to Memphis Wrestling. Also, I want to give a big shout out and send prayers, thoughts, and prayers out to Mama Gun Show. I know that Mama Gun Show has been ill, and I don't have an update on her, but I do have messages out to the Gun Show to see how she is doing. So you guys have sent some silent prayers up for the Gun Show and his family. I think the business dorks, I mean business dogs, tag team days are numbered. Eddie K. May not a fan of the business dogs. Hey, Dustin Z. Washington's a coward. He beat Aaron Roberts today because he attacked him before the match and just in case helped him. He was robbed. How about you? I think he was totally robbed. And I think that Zay Washington wants no part of Aaron Roberts one-on-one. Jonesy Jones says, very wild 3 weeks of SuperBout. Big John Dalton versus K. Toomer, DDT beat Sue Young, and new Heritage Champion Ray Sanders. All great stuff. Glad you guys liked it, man. And I thought it was the SuperBout. We had discussed it being 1 week, just to cram pack 1 week with feature matches, and then have like a road to SuperBout, then SuperBout, and then SuperBout Rebound. But then just the way we've been doing it with a 3-week blockbuster anniversary spectacular, I thought was better. And then if WrestleMania is 2 nights worth of action, then why can't SuperBout be 3 weeks worth of action? And so that's why we stuck with 3 weeks of SuperBout, give you 3 big main events, and then all the stories culminating. And you know what that means? That means that it all starts again next week. It's very similar, just to, you know, not to teach you guys a whole new pattern, but it's very much like a WrestleMania season, to where the new season starts next week. What's going to happen? So Ray Sanders kicking off the new season as the champion. Keith's in the house. Keith O'Toole, how are you? That double ankle lock was awesome. I thought I was seeing 2 Kurt Angles. That was great. And then they realized, like, what happens if we tap him out? So then they start fighting each other. I thought that was very good. Bo is our favorite hater. Jeffrey, that's right. Ray Thomas is here. First match should be a defense against Mike Sanders. Mike Anthony, you're right. Ray Sanders should fight Mike Anthony. I know that Mike Anthony is chomping at the bit. Lurvy says, I do feel confident Mike Anthony would pursue either the Heritage belt or the Internet belt. He's too good to be held back from a championship on Memphis Wrestling. Mike Anthony, you have not seen the last of him. I can only imagine that he's going to blow a freaking casket after what happened, or blow a freaking gasket after what happened. Hopefully you get some new chairs at the WrestleCenter. Yeah, well, Kevin Fowler, man, they've been smashing chairs for a long time. Luckily, we've got a little, got some stocked away over there underneath some curtains. So, yeah, I would definitely have to bring some out. And if we don't need them now, just wait in the coming weeks. I know that we will. Tag team division is lit with the tag team turmoil match. You know what, Ben? I thought that match was just going to be a nightmare. It's like, there's no way these guys are going to stand on the apron and tag. And plus, like, how many guys are, like, how does this work? And they sorted it out because they all just fought. They all just fought the whole time. And I thought it was great. Couldn't have been more entertaining. Didn't go too long. Didn't go too short. Just as you're like, oh my gosh, this is total chaos. Then something happens and it's over. So I thought it was very, very good. Ray didn't really earn it. Okay. Ray capitalized on the opportunities that were provided. I'll tell you that. Who sent the mysterious crate on Monday Night Raw? I don't know. We have to ask Eli Knox. Brian is in the house. Great SuperBout 5. Great show. Love the storytelling. Thank you, brother. Andrew Price. Hi, Dustin. Who do you think the masked man attacking the Vision? I think it's Seth Rollins. I think it's obviously Seth Rollins. I think you're right, Andrea. It's Seth Rollins. Jamie Davis is in the house. Happy birthday, King Jamie. I think I saw it is your birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. I can see this Ray Bosby feud could turn into Lawler-Dundee feud. I hear you, man. 2 homegrown talents from the WrestleCenter. Tim Bosby and Ray Sanders trained at the WrestleCenter from the ground up. You can too, WrestleCenter901.com. I bet Tim Bosby's going to be real mad now that he lost the title. I bet so too, Thomas. Larry says the feud between Zay Washington and Aaron Roberts won't be settled until Justin Case pays the price for his interference. A slap in the face isn't enough to take him out. Stay tuned, Lurvy. It's all because of Justin Case. All of this is Justin Case's fault. The Wild Side at the WrestleCenter have told Justin Case, or have told Aaron Roberts, to dump Justin Case for years now. And I know Justin Case was there when Aaron got the WWE ID contract, and I know Justin Case was there in some of the championships that Aaron Roberts won. But you know what? Wildside was right. Aaron Roberts got rid of Justin Case, and now he's got to do it once and for all. I think he needs to get his hands on Justin Case. Whatever happened to Derek King and Jackie back in the day? Well, they didn't get married, but they were scheduled to. Jet West. Tonight on Saturday is AAA. I'll have to check that out. I want to see AAA. Prayers for Mama, thank you. What's next for Gun Show? We'll see. Zay Washington is afraid of Roberts, in my opinion. I agree. I am Ryan Thurman. How are you, brother? Mumi Yim is in the house. How are you? Memphis Wrestling needs new managers. Jimmy and Justin are too scared to take bumps for interference. Where's Oso and Justin Klein? I seem to be friends with Klein on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's too friendly with that guy. Oso, we've talked about him on Members Only. There's going to be an opportunity for Oso to tell you guys what he's been going through, but Oso was diagnosed with cancer. And so if you guys remember when he showed up and had zero hair, that was because of chemotherapy that he went through. So we'll have Oso tell that story, but Oso is recovering. He's still around at each television taping, just unable to, at this point, be a part of Memphis Wrestling the way that he wants. We're all pulling for, at some point, for him to be back, though. So Eddie Gayman says he needs to be a manager. Whew. Keith O'Toole says Sanders and Anthony would be like Rocky versus Apollo. What's up, Ronald? How are you? Phantom's in the house. Eddie Kaneman, I could manage Judy Lee. Judy Lee would whoop your butt, man. Wait till you guys see Judy Lee. I love Judy Lee. Aaron Martin's in the house. How are you? What's up, Carl? Love watching your matches, going down to watch. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate it. Aaron Martin, what's up? Jamie Davis, yeah, birthday king. Happy birthday, King Jamie. Eddie Kane, man, what are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday, Jamie? What does a guy that has it all do for his birthday? Has Sid's son wrestled for you yet? No, I have reached out to him several times. I think he'll do something, some sort of collaboration. Every time I see that Gunner is doing something in professional wrestling, I don't think he understands how big of a fan that I am of his dad and his family. And then also, of course, Psycho Simon. The reason his name is Psycho Simon is because of Psycho Sid. Psycho Simon was against the name Psycho Simon because of Psycho Sid. And I said, well, okay, you don't have to call yourself that. I'll just call you that. And I was adamant, and it stuck, and it worked. And it's because Psycho Simon and Psycho Sid, baby, you know. I was trying to book Psycho Sid prior to him passing away. Nothing came to fruition, and then also several times I've tried to book Gunner. That's probably a members-only conversation, but I think at some point, similar to a Marco stunt where you saw Marco appear on the program and then you didn't see him for a while, and then it just came to where there was no other option but Memphis Wrestling, and realizing that it's the best option. And I think that I would love to work with Psycho Sid's son. So if you see him, tell him I said that. Andrew Price, happy birthday, King Jamie. VIP Championship Wrestling coming up. Yep, I'll be there. Get well soon, Oso. Yeah, Oso's doing fine. He's doing fine. Yep, praying for him, Carl. That'd be great. But Oso is doing fine. So I don't want anybody to be scared, but yeah, that's what he's going through. Also, Big Daddy. If you guys see Big Daddy, man, show Big Daddy some love. I know if you're on our Facebook page, you've seen the hashtag Big Daddy Strong. Big Daddy was also diagnosed with cancer and is going through chemotherapy at this point. He just had his first and second round this week. Lurvy says, I pray for Gun Show's mother to have a speedy recovery. Same for Oso. I'd like to see him come back as a manager for Memphis Wrestling. It couldn't have happened at a worse time, too, with Vashon Harvey on, just doing as well as he is doing. Keith O'Toole says, what happened to Swerve and why did he attack Omega? I don't know, man. I think that's weird that they would turn him. He's so popular. Kick out before one, Oso. Get well soon. Thank you, Bo. That's the nicest thing you've ever said. He's been wrestling and win. I know. I just feel like our stage is so much bigger. I feel like that he could do so much better. VIP Championship Wrestling coming to Tupelo. Yep, that's coming up. Tupelo Con. I think that's in May, so we've got a little bit of time. Andrew Price, hi Dustin. What do you think of the field for 2026 men's and women's elimination chamber matches? Man, I don't know. It's going to be good. I want to see it. I don't have the ESPN app though, so I have to figure that out, but should be really cool, especially leading up to WrestleMania. Jamie Davis, I'd be happy with some brown beans. What was that? Some brown beans and cornbread. I put ketchup on my cornbread. Kevin says, I have a schedule conflict next Sunday. Going to try to work it out so I can still come. I'll let you know for sure by Monday. All right, Kevin, let me know, brother. It's going to be good. You were there at the last one. You know, never know what's going to happen. Lurby says Gotham Wrestling looks good. Hope it has a lengthy stay with Memphis Wrestling, CW, and the UWN. Well, rumor has it that we will have a Championship Wrestling and a Gotham Wrestling along with the Memphis Wrestling next week. So I'll have to see what the scheduling looks like. Just didn't want to say anything until those episodes were in my hands. Yeah, that's the dumbest thing. Let's throw this guy. Yeah, that's dumb. So don't come in here and go into business for yourself, especially with something so stupid. So thank you, though. Andrew Price, hi Dustin, how you feel about AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch? I like it. I think it's going to be cool. I thought it was a little bit weird that they did a hit me, because they've already fought each other, you know, at this point. So I do think AJ Lee might win that championship, though. Jamie Davis says, I can't decide where to go for my birthday dinner. Where should I go? Well, you're out in the Bartlett area, right? Bartlett, Cordova. I mean, you could go to Dave & Buster's and have a little bit of fun. I think that would be cool. Man, steak is always good, especially for a king. Did you have questions for us, Dustin? Jeffrey Allred. Did you have questions for us, Dustin? Oh, what questions did I have? Is that from the live chat? All right, we have a couple more minutes. I do want to do a members only. It'll likely be tonight. I'll post a graphic up for you guys so you can put your comments and questions and stuff in there. We'll kind of go from there, probably late this evening. All those tag teams on Memphis Wrestling today. Memphis Wrestling should be a hotbed for tag teams outside of the promotions. Awesome. Yes, I think so too. Yeah, what was it? I can't remember what it was. I had questions for you guys. There's still one more slot for both men and women in the Elimination Chamber matches on Raw. Okay. Monday Night Raw was really cool. We had a great pre-party at Ghost River. Drank some fresh beer and some seltzer. King Jamie, I love that seltzer, brother. Kind of tastes like Sprite. And then walked over, saw Jimmy and Jay Uso get off of the elevator. Maria ruined my video, though, so I can't post it. And then, of course, we went to the show. It was awesome. Don't ever book Becky Lynch after her. I don't fight in Memphis comment. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that was great. Man, Kofi Kingston tore up Ja Morant. I don't think it aired, though. I think it was during the break, but cutting a promo on Ja Morant. There you go, Big Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, give Big Dan a huge round of applause. He is officially on Members Only. Or should I say Members Only, yeah. All right, guys, remember to get your tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. You got T-shirts, all sorts of different T-shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees. They ship all over the world. You can get any size that you want. Also, any money that's donated here on the live chats or anything like that, the live reactions, we use those to get tickets to people that typically can't get tickets, and I think that's a whole lot of fun, too. Lots of really cool events coming up, including the Memphis Grizzlies Wrestling Night, also the Memphis Hustle celebrating Maine's first birthday. We're going to have live pro wrestling matches there. Arkansas Travelers are coming up, and, of course, Memphis Redbirds, I think that's not till September, but we have a lot of stuff coming up. Hey, Dustin, how do you feel about Frankie Kazarian coming to Memphis Wrestling? I think Frankie Kazarian coming to Memphis Wrestling is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait. But stay tuned. You never know when he might pop up. Big Dan says, cardio rehab kicking my butt. I just love to hear that it's able to kick your butt there, Big Dan. Way to go. Keep fighting, brother. Hey, Big Dan join Members Only. Big Dan is going to be able to shed a lot of light on some of these Members Only live chats, too. There are 2 El Grande Americanos now. I saw that on Monday Night Raw. All right, guys. Well, last call. So we're at 24 minutes, so till 25 minutes. If you guys have anything that you want to include, put that in the comments. Topics, what you thought about today's episode. Gosh, you name it. Nick Nemeth was here last week. Absolute sellout. Great stuff. Some delusioned wrestlers in AEW and WWE would look good on Memphis Wrestling. Disillusioned wrestlers. Yes, actually what we like to do on Members Only is talk about the people that I've been talking to. And there's a whole new round of people that I haven't necessarily mentioned on Members Only. So maybe we could do that, maybe a top 10 of the last dudes that I've been talking to, men and women, about coming into Memphis Wrestling. Big Dan, welcome to Members Only. It was a great conversation. We had the last TV show. Can't wait to see you back on the security uniform. Me too, man, but take it easy, Big Dan. Take it easy. Will the real Americano please stand up? Today's episode was awesome and crazy. I loved it. Well, if you thought that was awesome and crazy, I feel like that our last television taping featuring Nick Nemeth was probably one of the best. Now, a lot of you were there, so, you know, no spoilers, but you can attest to this. It was just solid, man. SuperBout was awesome. And to be able to have Nick Nemeth coming off of this next, you know, right after SuperBout, Nick Nemeth, it's just very, very happy that it was able to come together. Kevin says, hell yeah, just got offered a promotion. Whoa, more money for Memphis Wrestling merchant shows. Oh, man, I love it. Congratulations on the promotion. Gee whiz. That's great. Especially right here in the live chat, man. Big Dad said loves Nick. Yeah, man, I love Nick Nemeth too. Let me know when the Members Only segment will happen. Time for more breakfast. Had a great one, Dustin and fans. Yes, Lurvy. It'll probably be tonight, probably around 9 p.m. I'll post it, though, on the community board. JC and Wolfie from PG-13 and Nation of Domination. Keith, I'm good friends with JC Ice and Wolfie D. If you saw some of the text messages that these guys sent me, you would probably blush for me. It's just unbelievable to have talk to handsome Jimmy Valiant this morning. You know, just to be in the same conversation with the guys that I grew up watching is just unbelievable. But yeah, JC Ice and Wolfie D, I would love to have them in as PG-13. And also, you know, I know all the words to the Nation of Domination song just because of JC Ice and Wolfie D. And I would love to sing it at the desk with them, just like I did Violent J. But unfortunately, they're just not reliable. If I start advertising and marketing them and they don't show up, oh my gosh. And I would tell them both. I've had the conversation with both of them. And again, this is a members only conversation I'm having right here. But yeah, it just you can't trust that they'll actually be there. But I would love to have them, Keith. Deshaun here. Can y'all moving Memphis Wrestling? Can y'all move Memphis Wrestling to Union City, Tennessee? No, but Union City has some wrestling up there, and I think some of the Memphis wrestlers wrestle there. Check it out, Keith. It will be hard to get them both to show up. There you go. Love PG-13, but JC Ice is a loose cannon. Yep, he is. We are the nation. A domination. Members only. Remind me to sing that song to you. VIP Championship Wrestling coming to Tupelo. Aaron, are you from Tupelo? You said that about 5 times. We love VIP Championship Wrestling. Kevin says, we are the nation, live and in color. Don't diss the man or bomb rush your mother. Oh, yeah, I know all of it, dude. Look at Kevin. I love it. All right, guys, thank you for joining me here on the live reaction. A post is going to go up here in just a moment. PG-13. That's right, Eddie K, man. A post is going to go up in just a moment. It's going to be a funny little graphic that says members only. And then that way you can go in and put your topics, your questions, anything behind the scenes that you want to know. And there's been a couple of things that we talked about in here that you guys can put on that members only, and we'll discuss it. Thomas, thank you, brother. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the live reaction to SuperBout 5, Week 3 of 3, the finale. What a way to close out the program with a brand new Memphis Heritage Champion. Congratulations, Ray Sanders. I am so proud of you. You have grown so much as a wrestler and an entertainer, and I think that it is only just the beginning. I swear to you, it's only just the beginning. Love the new nation with the Rock. See you, Dustin. All right. T's for terrible. Finish the rest. You already know. T is for terrible. H is for hell. U is for ugly. G is for jail. Because a thug can't spell. PG-13 shirt. I've got action figures signed by them. Ray, two-time, sucker. See you, main event, Ben. I appreciate you. All right, guys. I am Dustin Starr saying so long, everybody. Oh, yeah.